Shalom, shalom. Kohala Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakbarash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel, and to speckled bird Israelites to the scatters abroad that look like the heathen nations. To y'all say shalom. Shalom to all you brothers and sisters that may be out there listening and learning. And shalom to all you brothers and all you Akim that's out there spreading this 100% truth, trying to wake up the elect of Israel. You Israelites, I also want to say that the Israelites there, who you call so-called black, so-called Hispanic, so-called Native American, Puerto Rican, Dominican, Jamaican, Haitian, Guatemala, the Panamanians, those that the Israelites always have been and always will be. But come back at you on another video, doing a video on basically from end time headlines. You know, I pretty much do most of my videos from here. As y'all can see, it says widespread civil unrest is growing all over the globe, and this summer may be the tipping point. You know, and widespread civil unrest is nothing new. You know, I mean, it's been happening. You know, but there's always a go-to scripture, you know, as far as a second edges that you could go to. You know, when you hear civil unrest, because it's a part of prophecy, right? Let's get it. Let's just start it. I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. It says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the times diligently in itself. When thou seest parts of the signs which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world in which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world had the beginning and the end is manifest. You see, so these things, these uproars, these civil unrest, you know, happening, and that's getting ready to intensify even greater than what they already have been. You know, it's all prophecy, right? It's all leading towards all hell breaking loose, you know. That time of great tribulation, that time of Jacob's trouble, you know, that time to where you're going to really need Yahweh YASHAMIAHLA as an Israelite, because that's what the Lord's coming back for. Israelites, he's not coming back to save all people, right? The Lord's only, and amongst the Israelites, he's coming back to save a remnant of the Israelites. He's not coming back to save all Israelites. You know, you have the chosen, the elect out of Israel, right? But this is how you know that the Lord is judging this place. You know, is because he's having all these different kingdoms fall apart quickly. You know, everybody is divided. You know, everybody is against each other. The citizens are turning on the government. You know, and you know, whenever that happens, there can't be no society that's, you know, stable. You know, you can't move towards one direction in a positive direction if nobody's listening to each other. Everybody's trying to do their own thing, and you know, there's no structure and stability still. You know, it's gonna crumble, right? And the Lord said this. It says, Mark 3:24 says, and if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. You see, and Esau's kingdom, which Esau, Edom, is the biblical nationality of the so-called white man. You know, Esau's, you know, ruling over all these different countries, even though you have different races, you know, other heathen races that are in a lot of these other countries. Esau is still making the final decisions. You know, the elites of Esau, Edom, you know, they're making the final decisions over these different world leaders of these different countries, man. You know, the scriptures say the earth was given to the hands of the wicked. You know, so it's not just the leaders that are over these countries, man. There are people that's over them, which is, you know, Edomites. You know, you know, and what's going on is, you know, a lot of things are being taken from people. A lot of people's rights, a lot of people's, you know, ways of living. You know, so people are going to fight back. You know, people are going to do these things. It's, you know, and it's only going to get worse, man. And it hasn't really been really bad over here in America, but hey, we're coming to that point, man. You know, I just seen the video. I didn't really watch it, but I just seen the title of a video recently, probably about an hour or two ago, where gas prices are gonna go back up again. You know, and everything has went up. You know, people's rents, people's mortgage. You know, car note. You know, your regular utility bills, food. You know, these things have all went up, and they're gonna continuously go up until this man brings in that digital system and it starts to MOTB people to bring in that solution. You know, we're at this point. You know, we're not going back to normal. You know, even though it's kind of been quiet as far as, you know, pandemic wise and everything. You know, we're not going back to normal. I don't even know what that showed, Salakia. You know, because I have on Do Not Disturb, but yeah, we're not going back to normal. You know, that's not happening. Let me get Daniel real quick. Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1, it says, "And at that time Michael shall stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there should be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, the Israelites, the elect, everyone that should be found written in the book." You see, so if you're not written in that book of life, no, so it's not a literal book of life. You know, you got a lot of Christians or even a lot of our people that don't have understanding like that, to where they'll think that, oh, the Lord literally has a book in the heavens that he got to look at and remember that he wrote down. Or so. No, man, it just says that. That's not a literal book, man. The Lord knows who he's going to save and who he's not going to save. You know, he already knows all that. Let's get that. Let's prove that how he knows that. Let's get Isaiah 46 and 10. Right? You know, I didn't want this to be a long lesson. This is going to be a short lesson. You know, it says, Isaiah 46 and 10, it says, declaring the end from the beginning. I don't even got to read the rest, but I'm going to read the rest of it. It says, from the ancient times, the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. You see, so the Lord, hey, from the times of Adam, the times of, you know, Genesis, when the Lord created the actual earth, using the angels, AHSHAWAR, everything happening now in so-called 2023, you know, all the different presidents, all the different rules of these different countries, even the past kingdoms of old, ancient Egypt, you know, Mesopotamia, Babylon, Assyria. I mean, I'm just naming, you know, different kingdoms that were set up back then. The ancient Roman Empire, the Greeks, these different empires that were set up back then before America. The Lord set up all of that, man. The God of the Bible, man. That's the real and true living power, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. You know, he set up things from the beginning, man. The way people are, people's spirits, you know, evil, good. You know, so there's nothing new under the sun. You know, but this time, this is going to be the last kingdom that's going to rule, you know, America before Yahushua comes back. And it's going to go out with a bang. You know, let me get not Isaiah, 2nd Esdras 15, right? You know, because all hell is about to break loose. It says, 2nd Esdras 15 and 14, it says, woe to the world and to them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands, for there to be sedition among men and invading one another, right? And they shall not regard the kings nor princes, and the course of the action shall stand in their power. So that's plain, that's simple. You know, you got these Esau about to set up these 15-minute cities. You know, you got a lot of in America, you know, Babylon the Great. You got Walmart's closing down. I was driving somewhere earlier. You had this one store closing down, you know, in a prominent area. And I think it was called a Bed Bath and Beyond or wherever, something like that. Actually, a couple months ago, I think the CEO or CFO, whatever one it was, if that's the same company that I'm talking about, I think he shot himself or something like that. So there's no future in this place, man. You know, so that's another reason why people are going to be fighting against the government too, because especially when Esau, the average Edomite, finally finds out in America, oh man. You know, when the average so-called white person finds out about that their kingdom is gone, that it's over, It's going to be a bloodbath out here, man. That's why it's going to be the worst time ever, man. We're going to need the Lord. Because that's when these FEMA camps are going to be set up. You know, all hell is going to be breaking loose. We're not escaping out of this, man. You know, you got Esau with these damn AI robots, or these robots that got guns or knives attached to them, and you know, you got robot supersonic soldiers. We're gonna need the Lord, man, to combat this man. We can't go toe to toe with this man in combat. We can't. You know, this man has every physical, you know, advantage. We don't have that, you know, as a people, as Israelites. You know. And this, the way that this devil is going, which, like I said, the prophecy, it says in the next verse, it says a man should desire to go into a city and should not be able. That's going to happen. And we seen a prelude of that during the pandemic. You know, I'm going to read verse 18. It says, for because of their pride, the city should be troubled and the houses should be destroyed and men should be afraid. Right? And this also, there's a famine coming too. You know, there's going to be a shortage of food. You've had a lot of train derailments, you know, and stuff like that. It says, a man should have no pity upon his neighbor, but should destroy their houses with the sword, and it should spoil their goods because of lack of bread for great tribulation. So that time is upon us, you know. It is here. It's not 10 years from now, 5 years from now. It is here, pretty much, you know. So, yeah, you know, widespread civil unrest is growing, and, we might be, at the pinnacle very soon, where all hell really breaks loose, man. That's it. You know, ain't no more preaching. You know, that's how close we are, man. You know, so we gotta get on our A game, man. Fast more, pray more. You know, be on fire, man. You know, cause we ain't got a lot of time left, man. You know, these devils have a time frame for when they want to do things, man. They'll tell you this years from down the road, but it's not years, man. It's here. You know. Ain't no more tarrying, you know, like the scripture said, though it's for the point of time, it shall not tarry. I'm paraphrasing, Habakkuk chapter 2, you know, so I just want to do this video, man, warn the sheep, warn the flock, you know, to, seek YASHAMIAHLA now, man, you know, listen to videos, you know, if you new, and keep getting built up, you know, and pray more and fast, pray that the Lord increase, you know, your faith, because that's what we're going to need, because when this finally does kick off, you know, full force, you know, which it could be pretty soon, as y'all can see what they say on the article, that's all we're gonna have left. We ain't gonna have phones. We ain't gonna have our physical Bibles to go to. It's the scripture said we're gonna be as pilgrims on the earth. That's how bad it's gonna be. Everybody's gonna be affected. You know, so I'm gonna close out. I'm gonna give all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the Great Millstone. I'm going to say Shalom, Wa Ababa, Shalom.